Alright, so it's time for some tests. I have to clean up my old Factorio, or my old test for the snake train. I'm going to go through doing the solar panels because I think it'll help with my game performance. I also have to clean up this mine over here. In particular, what I'm going to test is going to be whether or not it is actually going to be more efficient to build a massive solar array with an optimized, staged unloading from trains that's choreographed through, what are those guys called? Combinators. Because what might happen is it might just be easier just to drop everything down and have a swarm of robots just constantly unloading boxes as trains come in. However, I think that, well, it's certainly more interesting to have things set up a solar array, and then once that solar array is going to have its own little patch of accumulators built into it, and it's going to be cut off from the electrical grid. Once those accumulators have reached a certain charge, I can start to use that as an indicator for things like, you know, a certain amount has been built, that kind of thing, and I can begin to maybe even decommission roboports. The only thing is that whatever I build this way is going to be left out in the open, so that is not great. Factorio really needs to, vanilla Factorio needs to be able to give construction and deconstruction planners to roboports. I've seen a mod that does that, but I also really like the idea of not using mods and just working within the framework. So in the end, what really matters? Well, one thing that matters is that it's really fucking cool. It's no point in playing this game if it's not cool. And it certainly is cool to have a staged development. Especially when the stages of one cell influence the progress of stages in another cell. That's really cool. So we could say once my roboport is, or once my solar array has charged my accumulators to say 10%, we attach it to the electrical grid, and then we also put down a roboport in the neighboring cell, and that allows that neighboring cell to start. Maybe that's all there is to it, and then I could just have the trains drop everything off right off the bat, as opposed to having trains that need to wait out until builds progress to a certain point. Interesting thoughts. We'll see how it goes.